It's like what I hear all day long.
Hey, there we go.
Hi there. Yeah, we seem to have lost you.
Okay.
Okay. There's a bit of an echo now.
There's
Oh.
a bit of an echo.
Oh, it seems it's. No, there's a bit of an
If you
echo.
want, here, just take the headphones and then just chime in if there's anything I can do. That would be.
So Andrew Hawkins, do you mind doing one last audio check?
Get some audio.
Hi.
Sorry, once again.
No, it just
Hello,
Once again, Andrew.
and welcome to the Bad Communication Podcast.
Okay, perfect. Alex, do you mind doing audio check?
Hello.
Once again.
Hello.
I think I'm not turning the right dial. Once again.
Hello.
Perfect. Kagan, do you mind doing an audio check as well?
hello.
What's your name?
Kagan Rosehurst,
Oh, where are you from?
Boulder, Colorado.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. It's good enough for just a practice, I think.
Okay.
It's a bit of background noise, but maybe it's okay.
Oh, there's a bit of background noise from us.
No, it's just I think it's just kind of line noise or something.
Well, we just turned the AC on, so we're gonna turn that off.
Oh, it's gonna be really hot in there, though, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's okay. That's how we feel.
Are you sure?
I'm like masterful at.
Oh.
Yeah, I lose a lot of water weight.
Hey, Kagan, you're an actress by trade, right?
I am.
Were
Yeah.
you by any chance in a movie called Parental Guidance?
No.
No.
But
Okay.
that's hilarious. I just watched that movie on an airplane.
Yes, I watched it on an airplane as well, and there's a young. Okay, I was half delirious with sleep, but there was a young girl in the movie who looked almost exactly like you. And
Really?
I could have swore it was you,
watched it.
but I know the movie came out recently, so I was a little bit kind of perplexed as to how you could possibly be in that movie that came out recently because you're obviously a lot older than that little girl in the movie.
I was in an indie film called Bellflower. It's really dark and an apocalyptic love story. So that was one thing that I did, and I have like 4 lines in it, but you guys should check it out. It's a really cool movie.
Sounds good.
Oh, now I'm really hard to interview. Okay, so can you guys talk one more time because I'm doing adjust these headphones.
Yeah. What's up? How are you doing
Okay.
this evening?
Perfect.
Doing well.
Okay.
Hope so.
All right, so let's just kind of improv this intro, and then I'm gonna throw to the game of the Japanese island that's being turned into the game of life.
Okay. So we usually have a show title. Do you have any suggestions for show title?
Oh, okay, for this actual episode?
Yeah, sure. Do you have any preference?
I mean, I'm just holding on to Cat Cafe right now. Cat Cafe is with Kagan.
Cafe. Okay.
But we should probably say something about Rocket Boom.
Okay. How about Can you hear the rocket boom? Something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that alright?
Yeah, that's awesome. If I think of anything better before Monday, I'll let you know.
Okay. Thanks.
He's gonna be the guy to get the message out.
I just never heard of that stuff.
But yeah, otherwise stylistic.
Can you hear them talking behind me?
Definitely.
Oh, sorry, it's too loud. Okay.
It's going to be a little bit tricky for me to do the music. I'm actually short one audio cable, so I'm kind of using a computer for double duty.
Okay, I mean, do whatever is easy. This is just for fun, and I can watch episodes, separately. So I don't want you to be inconvenienced for a dress rehearsal.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, because I want to get as close to the real thing as possible.
Is it almost midnight for you guys?
It's 10 minutes past midnight.
Sorry about
Okay. Don't be. That was incredible.
that. Yeah, it's 12:09 p.m. We're in the future, actually. It's
You are in the future.
Saturday
It's just
for
like
us.
Australia. Wow, that's incredible. That's something that I've loved to talk about. I love that you guys live in the future.
Yes.
That is a winner
Yeah,
topic.
it's pretty cool.
We'll know when the world
I think
is
that's
before you.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best intro topic for us. Cat cafes in the future.
Well, remember that whole Howard Camping end of the world debacle?
Yes. Do you, it came to us before it came to you guys. Although I think it came to New Zealand before it came to us, right?
Yeah, there was that doomsday
Oh.
preacher in Oakland, California named Howard Camping.
Yeah, Howard Camp when the rapture came.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was preaching, he was so determined it was going to happen. So it was like in New Zealand, it was apocalypse watch. And we were like the canary in
If it
the coal
happens in
mine.
New Zealand, then it's gonna definitely happen to the rest of the world in a few days. Amazing.
All right.
Oh, Howard.
So, let me start the capture now. Okay, capturing. Let me just pull up the graphic.
Then one of my friends was saying that Roland Emmerich couldn't make another movie after 2012 passed without incident. And I'm like, no, he'll make another movie.
2015.
Auto detailers don't pay for themselves, you know.
All right.
They're not cheap either.
This is gonna be tricky. All right. Well, anyway, again, this is just a tech run through. So,
Okay.
all right. So Andrew, give me a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Okay, but the 2 and the 1 will be silent.
Okay.
In a 5, 4, 3.
That would be you, Andrew.
Oh, we're doing our intro as normal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Alright,
All right. Take 2.
let's start over again.
All right.
Yeah, I was actually wondering that too.
Yeah. Sorry.
But
The,
it makes the most sense, I guess.
the levels are a little bit low for Andrew. I can't adjust them because it's Andrew's
Don't worry
computer's
about it.
actually the one generating the sound.
I wasn't sure that I was doing the intro as normal.
Yeah, and
So-
it's June
Do you-
10th.
Before we do it, I mean, since you're not actually recording it, Andrew, do you want me to take the headphones off? Like, it can be echoey so you guys can hear.
I'm okay. I mean, I trust everything's gonna be great from this point on. Y'all don't need me anymore.
Okay. All right, it's just us guys.
It's
Famous last words.
it's a famous last word. It's also recorded, so you guys can watch it on Rocket Boom. It's an unlisted video, but it's being
He's
recorded.
recording it and it's unlisted, so you can watch it.
Okay, great.
Is it live to the world?
No, it's an unlisted
No.
broadcast. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but if you've got the link, then you can. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Andrew, give me a 5, 4, 3 countdown.
In 5, 4, 3. Today is June 10th, 2013.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bad Communication Podcast.
From Osaka, I am Andrew Hawkins.
And from the lovely city of Tokushima, my name is Hiroki Matsuuchi.
And from Tokyo, I'm Alex Kobayashi.
And today, hey, can you guys hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it, Andrew? Alex, do you hear it?
Maybe.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little bit faint, but okay.
I think if you kind of cup your ears and turn to the wind, yeah, there it is. Can you guys hear the rocket boom?
Whoa!
I think you
There
could
it
hear
is.
it. Yeah, there it is. I heard it.
Okay.
So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 147 of the Bad Communication Podcast, the video podcast all about Japan and rocket booms. And what would that possibly mean? Well, we'll tell you guys in just a second. Joining us today on the show, we have the very famous and lovely Kagan.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today. Oh, that's great. The audio levels just adjusted, and you sound fantastic. How are you on this this lovely? What day is it? I guess it would be Sunday in New York and Monday in Japan.
It's Friday.
Friday. Well, I mean, I guess in a couple days when we actually film this, it will
Oh
be.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, because you guys live in the future. which is
That's
one of
right.
the many amazing things about Japan.
You know what? Ask us what the winning lottery numbers are. We can tell you.
Okay, perfect. Great, I'll write that down.
We'll hit you up after the show. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So thank you
Well,
so.
actually,
Thank you so much for dropping by, Kagan. We really do appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedule to join us just to chat for a few minutes. And
absolutely. Thrilled to be here. Thank you.
yeah, thank you. So of course we've been hinting at this for a while that we have a big new announcement. 2 weeks ago we rolled out a new blog. Last week we did our very first live broadcast on YouTube, and this week we're doing our very first live broadcast on YouTube from the Rocket Boom channel. Yay!
Yay!
So until we are disgracefully ousted from the Rocket Boom family, I guess. Hopefully, it won't be too soon. We're actually going to be doing our live shows directly from Japan, of course, via the Rocket Boom channel. So if you want to watch us, be sure to tune in every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 10 a.m. on Monday.
Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. Thank you. Or 10 a.m. right here in Japan. So, what's on the docket for today, Kagan? I know you are a Japan expert. You know everything there is to know about Japan. So
Everything, basically an encyclopedia on Japan.
you know
It's
what?
a gift.
I think for the next 30 minutes, why don't we just let you do the show? You've got a rundown. Kagan, please take it away.
So, I know everything from you guys being in the future to having incredible subcultures and cat cafes, actually. So I'm highly educated on the subject.
Cat cafe. So have you ever actually been to a cat cafe? We talk about them extensively on the show.
Unfortunately, I have not, and it's something I need to check off the life list for sure.
It's on your bucket list.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though I'm highly allergic to cats, I'd be willing to take some allergy medicine and get myself like
Just
one.
pack your Allegro.
Yeah.
We did talk about some other cafes at a point in the past. We talked about falcon cafes, reptile cafes. I think were on the list. How do you feel about snakes and turtles and chameleons and such?
Turtles and chameleons would totally go to their party. In a snake cafe, absolutely not. And no, unless they're nope. Even if they were caged, then I would just feel bad for them, and it'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
Snakes are not so bad.
I'm not a huge fan of the snakes, but
Thankfully, nobody's ever thought of a tarantula cafe.
not yet.
There's
At
not.
least.
It's only a matter of time.
Dude, wasn't there an insect cafe that we talked about?
Ugh.
No, it could be kind of nice. I had a friend who was really into arachnids and insects and such.
Ugh.
So, Kagan, we do have many questions for you, but I know you do have a few questions for us, since we're such fascinating people.
Alex.
Alex.
Just to start off, we're thrilled to welcome you to the Rocket Boom channel, and we know our viewers are really going to enjoy everything that you guys have to bring to the table and to teach us so much about Japan. And I know a little bit about each of you, but just so that our audience knows, you guys are all originally from America. So it's really neat always to kind of get your take on the podcast that I've heard in the past, to kind of get your American explanation of these really fascinating subcultures in Japan.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to helping our audience see more of that. And I think a few of you were Rocket Boom fans for a while now, is that right?
That would be one Mr. Hawkins.
Yeah, definitely. It's a fun show. It's nice and easy to watch.
You guys-
It's short enough to where it doesn't lose your attention. No, I'm just joking. That is a good thing, though. It's nice and concise.
Right. And I think that was kind of one of the things that made, I think, the not marriage but the meshing of kind of our two shows kind of seeming like a good fit. We do talk about the news out of Japan, but it's typically kind of offbeat topics. It's not mainstream news. Occasionally we do talk about kind of the important political stories because those are interesting, but they almost always have kind of an interesting or funny or quirky twist, very similar to what you guys talk about at Rocket Boom. You guys aren't talking about well, you do talk about the elections from time to time, but you're not,
Taking a stance.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we definitely. I think that's a great way to put it. Is covering these kind of off the beaten path topics that are actually really interesting and really culturally relevant. So yeah, I think it's a very natural marriage, as you put it.
Okay. And so, of course, we can offer you guys a kind of perspective on Japan. We all have our own expertise. Andrew is very into. Well, I guess Andrew could probably describe himself better than I could.
Me? I'm into a lot of tech stuff. Definitely tech and transportation.
After that,
cities.
We've got our Mr. Kobayashi, the subculture expert.
I'm the Tokyo anime geek and subculture enthusiast, I guess.
And of course, moving on to me, I don't know what's my specialty.
You're the party organizer.
Yeah, that's
you're the coordinator.
Brought us all together.
Oh, that's the
You're
worst.
the master of ceremonies.
It's the worst one, though. But how about you, Kagan? You said you never been to Japan before. As somebody who grew up, you said in Colorado, is that right?
Yeah.
And
born and raised.
Are now living in the most fantastic city on the planet, New York City. I'm from New York, so definitely have an affinity for the place. What are your impressions about Japan? As somebody who hasn't been to the country yet.
Yes, yeah, that's a great point. I've not been there yet. But, it's just, I'm very fascinated by it, aside from your standard Japanese cliches that you hear. I always see these amazing stories coming out of there about these subcultures that I would love to have a better understanding of, which is why I'm excited to hear that. But there's so much about it that I just don't understand. It's just so different from our way of life, which is saying a lot because New York City is still a different way of life than most areas of the world.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
I always say that Japan is about 50% different than the U.S.
50% different.
Just 50?
Yeah, 50% different.
Yeah, well, I guess a lot of people have these preconceived notions about Japan, and I think a lot of them are true.
I'm not a big culture shock guy, really, but
oh, come on, though. You have to admit, you did have experienced some culture shock when you came to the country.
but not so bad.
What was the most shocking thing for you when you arrived in Japan?
The most surprising thing is just how dense the cities are, especially riding into Tokyo.
Right. I think even small cities by Japanese standards are massive by Western standards.
Yeah, so like the city of Okayama, which you've never heard of.
Sorry, Kagan.
It's considered a small city by Japanese standards, but the population is about the same as Boston and San Francisco.
Is it that big?
Wow.
Yeah. About 700,000.
Whoa. I didn't know that, actually.
Well, so it's considered as big because of the population, or how large is the city? Actually?
Area-wise?
What is the radius? Yeah.
I think it's much more compact than Boston, isn't it?
I don't know.
Google.
All right, we'll do some fact checking on that. Being the intrepid journalist that we are. I don't know. How about you, Alex? What was the biggest thing?
Biggest shock coming to Japan? How expensive pizza is here.
Yeah, pizza's kind of lame.
Pizza's pretty dang expensive and
It's
small.
not as good as New York style pizza.
What do we consider expensive for a slice of pizza?
The other day I got pizza and we got 2 large pizzas. It cost about $50.
Okay, yeah.
About what?
$50.
The equivalent.
For 2 large pizzas?
That's
Yep.
right.
Well, I mean, you'll
Oh
pay
my God.
$20 easily for a medium pizza here, and a medium is about the same as a small in most places in the U.S.
Okay, we got to disclaim this a little bit though. I can see Kagan's mouth hanging open. $50 for 2 large pizzas. Okay, so the pizzas are they're like meals. They're like full meals with everything you could possibly want, like little bits of shrimp wrapped up in the crust. Of course, I mean, who doesn't want little bits of shrimp.
stuff.
And
crust
corn,
And corn.
and potatoes, and mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. You know, it's your standard pizza fare.
Squid,
pizza.
octopus.
Standard heart attack, it sounds like.
And you know that's the reason why 2 large pies cost about $50.
Wow,
Nothing
okay, well,
can
that's a
justify
little...
$50 pizzas.
Oh, God.
It's kind of surprising how big of fans Japanese people are of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Kind of like the British,
That's-
I guess.
My number 1 hated condiment, personally.
Really?
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely. Just
you
the
must have
name
been born in
itself,
the early
mayonnaise.
80s.
So stay away from pizzas in Japan then. Oh yeah, so Keegan, now that we are kind of part of the Rocket Boom family, could you possibly send over a couple slices of New York pizza? God, I really miss that stuff.
Yeah, I think we need to get you. I mean, I think it'll be cheaper for us to send you some slices of pizza from New York City
This
than
ver-
you purchase them in
There's a
Japan.
very good chance of that.
Wow.
Whether or
Wow,
not it
yeah.
will be edible by the time it arrives is another question.
Well, I don't know. My standards are pretty low, especially when it comes to pizza. So I think I'd probably
There's
be
some
alright.
pretty amazing technology out there. I mean,
not that
they can put a
bad.
sandwich in a can. I'm sure they can fit a pizza in there.
Sandwich in a can.
Yeah.
You told us about this this episode you did, but I've yet to watch it. I can't wait though. It's like a black and white artsy film. You eating a sandwich in a can.
Yeah, it's a really, exactly, black and white artsy film. It's more of like an interpretive, it's really a metaphor on life, the
Ve-
sandwich in a can.
Very existential and yeah, I can understand
exactly. Some of my proudest work.
that. Great. Well, anyway, thank you so much, Kagan. We don't want to take any more of your time. We know you've got a really busy schedule, but yeah, thank you for joining us for the first few minutes of our show.
Absolutely, guys. We're really looking forward to having you on our channel, and we're so excited. And I'm excited to learn more about all 3 of you. And I'm a big fan of bad communication, so I'm excited to learn more. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Hey, do you mind setting up our first show? What is the first article we are going to be talking
You know,
about?
yeah, I wanted to say, I saw that your first topic here is about the Japanese island that's going to be turning into a life-size game of life, like the board game. Is that correct?
Like the board game. Yep.
Like the board game. I've got to know more about this. Cannot wait to hear more.
So yeah, you drive around in a plastic car and collect little plastic children, and you buy houses and get jobs.
You
It's
get
gonna be
like
awesome.
money and
Yep.
You spin the
Exactly.
wheel on the stock market. I mean, this is this is really big.
Anyway.
Excited to see this.
Anyway, thank you so much, Kagan. Hey, and if you're ever in Japan, please be sure to hit us up. We've actually pretty much got the entire country covered between the 3 of us. So yeah, please feel free to
Incredible.
drop by and say hello.
All right, I look forward to it. Thanks, guys. Best of luck.
Yeah. Goodbye for now. Take
All
care.
right.
Bye.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, so you stopped recording.
Yeah, I'm stopping the capture right now.
Okay.
how long is that?
The capture was actually about 16 minutes, so we were talking
Okay,
for
so maybe we'll probably have half an episode devoted to the introduction.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think since it will be the first time that we're introducing our audience, I mean, it was awesome to ask me questions, and I think that was a good concept in the beginning, but I almost think it'll be a little better for you to say, like, we're so excited to be working with Rocket Boom, and like we have Kagan Hurst on the show today, and then I'll start talking and say, we're so excited to start working with you, and I'll talk about each of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That way then I
absolutely.
can like actually introduce you guys a little bit more.
Yeah, sorry, Kagan, I have this very bad habit of trying to fill dead air.
Okay. I do the same thing in life in general, so.
Okay.
It's better.
So yeah, if I kind of prattle on, please feel free to cut in and stop me.
No, I just think it'll be a nice way for us to have an opportunity to introduce you guys, so you don't have to introduce yourselves.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So when we do it now, on that intro, you just said 9 p.m. Eastern Sunday, and I thought it was Monday.
So it's 9
Like-
9 p.m.
Dude,
Eastern.
Okay,
Hold on, I'm gonna take this off so everyone can hear.
Sure.
It's so hard, I can't hear
Yeah,
myself.
I think you said Monday earlier, but you should have told her Sunday.
Well, it's Monday for us, but it's Sunday for them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to fix the sound here. Okay, hold on.
Sure. I'm gonna stop the YouTube broadcast.
There we go.